What's up, Libra? My name is Niche, and this is Truthfully Tarot. And if you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth. So let's get into it, Libra. All right, so I already pre-shuffled the deck and 2 cards fell out. And so that's going to be your general reading. And then I'm going to use the tarot and we're going to jump into specifics, like for Libras that are single, Libras that are in relationships, and career and money. But here's the thing, I just saw these 2 cards pop out. So in the general reading, career is coming up, work is coming up. And so we're just gonna like jump into it, Libra. How y'all doing? Are y'all doing good? You know, I'm all right. I'm out here, you know, living life, connecting to my sense of purpose, all the things. Let me know why you're here. Let me know what's on your mind too, because I be wanting to know. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump right on into it, Libra. So the 2 cards that came out, I love when Spirit do this. The first card that came out is Capricorn. All right, and Capricorn, the title says CEO. Driven, stability, patience, persistent, materialistic, ambitious, cautious, practical, traditional, workaholic, detached, ruler of the 10th house. And guess what came up right after it? Bam, 10th house. Also, Capricorn is an earth sign, if you didn't know. Saturn is on here. Status. It is public image, reputation, career, long-term goals, fame, recognition, ambition, respect, achievement, honor, success, potential, and authority. Now, the cool thing about this is double energy. I say that because Saturn rules Capricorn. So there's a double emphasis right now on my Libras and career, and my Libras when it comes to their work, their achievements, and also like how they are perceived by people in their lives. Because 10th house energy is the top of your chart, right? The lowest part of your chart is the 4th house, and it represents home, privacy, all that type of thing. Well, the opposite on the circle is the 10th house, which is directly above it, and it's the highest point in the chart, which houses the MC, which is a very specific point in your chart that is like what you're known for and how people perceive you. Right. So when we're talking about 10th house, we're talking about status, we're talking about long term, we're talking about career. And so it feels like a lot of my Libras are trying to make money moves in August. It feels like Libras are trying to level up in their career, or they are receiving or have received a job offer, a proposal, an idea, trying to build out on something, right? Trying to really just propel themselves forward when it comes to career. Career is being highlighted. So if you have not been focusing on your career, if you've not been focusing on work, Libras, it feels like shift your gears. Okay. It feels like there is an area in your life that is like wanting your attention. Like it could be a new relationship. It could be a relationship that's rocky or ended, or it could be a friendship dynamic or some type of relational thing that could be pulling and vying for your attention in the month of August. But it's really important that you also stay incredibly focused on work, right? It's really important that you stay focused on the types of things that are going to project you forward and stabilize your career, and to not let anything take you out and take you away from really focusing in on building out your career. Because Saturn is also a planet of discipline. Saturn is a planet of restriction. Saturn is a planet of lessons and karma. We call him Big Daddy Saturn, okay, because he's laying the law. Okay, him and Daddy Jupiter, they lay down the law. Okay, and so I say this because it feels like with Libras in particular, I'm feeling the contrast. What I'm feeling is the contrast between home and work, between what's happening in your private life, your relationship life, what is private versus what's happening in career. And it feels like career stuff is going to be good and it's going to take off. You just can't like take the pedal off of it. You can't allow yourself to be distracted. Because the bottom deck energy is Aquarius. And Aquarius is detached, is analytical, but it's also incredibly community oriented. It's very oriented toward giving back and really just being focused on the bigger picture, right? And so it feels like in August, Libras have temptation to maybe not focus on the bigger picture, or there's something in their lives that could just be distracting them a little bit. And it doesn't have to be bad, right? Like, I'm not saying cut something out. I'm not saying to not give it attention. I'm just saying, like, maybe embrace a bit more discipline, a bit more practicality, so that whatever it is that you have in your life is sustainable and it can balance out with your career goals and your career ambitions. It's kind of what I'm feeling for the general message for my Libras right now. Really focusing on, like, tell me more about this. Let's just get a little bit more information. Okay. So we have the Hierophant and the Nine of Wands here. Yeah, this is not giving up on your commitments, on your pre-established commitments, right? The Hierophant is earth energy. It's really Taurus energy, but it's really about institution. It's about organization. It's about your business, your corporation, your LLC, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's like the thing that's like stable, systematic, and important and grounded in your life. Again, it could be your job, it could be your business, it could be whatever it is. And it just feels like there is this, like, maybe things have been like not low, but maybe you've been having to fight a little bit in your career. Maybe you've been going trying to really break through like a tough season when it comes to work or whatever. And it feels like now is not the time to get distracted. Now is not the time to allow yourself to like kind of focus out, but really to narrow in, to really discipline yourself. And again, that's not to say to not engage in the thing that has your attention. It's just bring balance, like have balance, like you can't, like don't let whatever has entered into your life or like balancing out play and work. Like, I feel like that line between work and play needs to really be balanced out in August, and really needing to like maybe lean into work just a tad bit more. And that's not a bad thing. It just feels like there's opportunity there. There's a need for you. Like if Spirit is highlighting work, right, it's because maybe that needs a bit more energy and a bit more focus, because there is a temptation here with the Nine of Wands to want to like give up. And again, none of y'all are giving up on your work. That's not what I'm saying. But like to like take the foot off the pedal a little bit, to just kind of like I'm enjoying this other thing. I'm enjoying this other thing. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying that. But it's not work. But work, it feels like work needs your attention. It feels like work needs your attention in August, Libra. It needs more of your attention. It needs more of your commitment. It needs more of your focus. It needs more of your drive. It needs more of your like that. And I feel like it's because there's a breakthrough. Like if Spirit is saying, hey, focus on work for a little bit, it's because there's breakthrough to be had. There's work to be made. There's things that are gonna affect your public image that's related to this. So like focusing in on that and allowing that to take a little bit more of a central road just feels like a little bit of advice. Anything else for my Libras regarding this Capricorn 10th house energy? Yeah, look at this. The Seven of Wands came out. Like really having to defend your place, really having to defend your, and not even defend, but be defensive about your energy, be defensive about your time, be defensive about your priorities. Like you're just being a bit more in August, you're being a bit more like protective over your time, protective over your energy, protective over certain connections. It feels like you're being protective over it, but it just feels like also with work, like don't get distracted, babe. Babe is gender neutral here. Don't get distracted. You get what I'm saying? Like don't let the temptations tempt. You get what I'm saying? It's like that kind of energy. And we also have a lot of fire energy here too, like with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands here. Both of this is very like defensive. Do you get what I'm saying? When I'm looking at these cards, we got one guy with a stick and he's literally like fiending off. This could be thoughts, this could be people, this could be energies, this could be anything, you know. And then on here he has the one stick and he's looking back and he's essentially like, all right, like I'm tired, like it's been a battle, it's been a road, it's been tough, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep putting my stick in my fortress. I'm gonna keep going. And so I feel like, Libra, don't give up on work, don't give up on your career, don't give up on your commitments, your values, the things that are really important to you. Like, don't give up on them. Don't like push them to the side. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Just really explore balance between work and play in August. Because again, you don't have to not play, but like explore work and play. Like explore the balance between work and play, or find the balance between work and play. Really. Because when you focus on work, your status increases. Like when you tap into work, it works out for you. Because it feels like you've been in like it feels like you've been in a tough spot with work. It feels like you've been in a tough spot. Could be a couple of months, could be this year. It just feels like you kind of have been in a tough spot. And it's like, August is a really good month to just like, you know what I'm saying? Like zone in, tap in. All right. Let me see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to highlight for the general message. The general message is really just find that work and play balance, for real. Damn. We have death in reverse here. I feel like, Libra, there is a shift coming to your finances that will allow for a bit more space and a bit more play. And so it just feels like, I feel like there's a few different things here. It feels like there's a shift coming in your finances, but it's also connected to how invested you are in your work, or how invested you become in your work. It feels like maybe you've had some financial challenges or some difficulties, or just a dry spell, or just things not flowing as well as they used to. But it feels like the universe is actually trying to transition you in a different phase in work, but somehow there's a level of resistance to this transition. It's almost like you've been going through a rough patch, and the universe is like, don't give up, focus in, like you got this, keep pressing, don't let off the pedal, because you're bursting through, you're breaking through. And once you break through, it feels like you're gonna see a massive shift in your finances, and a massive shift in your career, a massive shift in your brand, a massive shift in your business. But it's like, it's almost like the process of having to grow, and maybe grow through this rough patch is actually preparing you for this next phase in your career. One where there seems to be a lot more financial freedom, a lot more financial independence, but it's like you have to go through this season. You have to like really allow yourself to go through this phase that you're experiencing right now, and not try to like skip it or distract yourself through it, but actually just like narrow in, focus in, because there is something very beautiful on the other side of this season regarding work and regarding career. But you got to press in, you got to kind of focus in. It feels like I'm getting into the singles read now. Let's see. Let's just ask Spirit for my Libras that are single/dating. What message do you have for my Libras that are single/dating for the month of August? Okay, a lot of fire energy. So maybe you got some fire placements, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay. What message do you have for my Libras? Single dating Libras. Okay, why? Clarify this page of cups reverse. Oh, but why? I'm getting a whole story. I feel like I'm gonna get a few, so we in here. But why the King of Swords? Like why? Tell me more. I'm just gonna start talking. It will come as I talk. Okay, so for some of you Libras, not all of you, for some of my single Libras, it feels like you are ignoring some type of emotional offer. Either you are ignoring giving it to someone or you're ignoring it from someone. It feels like you are like, nah, I'm gonna focus on something else. I'm not gonna give this any attention. I'm not going to give this a lot of, I'm just gonna ignore. It feels like you have some feelings, my single Libras or my dating Libras. It feels like for someone, but you're ignoring it. You're almost trying to like ignore it out of existence. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like Libra, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna focus on my projects, I'm gonna focus on other things, So yeah, my single Libras, it just feels like you're ignoring this. And I asked why, and the King of Swords came out. It's like you're trying to not think about something. You're trying to distract yourself. You're trying to distance yourself from this feeling. Yeah, it feels like you're trying to detach. It feels like you're trying to detach from these feelings that you feel like you either can't express or you shouldn't express, or that was expressed to you. It just feels like there's something here for my single Libras where you're trying to ignore something. You're trying to ignore the feelings. You're trying to ignore the thoughts. You're trying to ignore the desires that you feel. And I think for part of it, and again, to whoever this message applies to, because I'm gonna get some more messages that aren't necessarily related to that. And I asked some more like why, like what's going on, Libra? And then the Seven of Cups reverse came out, and then the Four of Swords reverse came out. It feels like, Libra, for some of you guys, you are trying to focus. You are trying to not be distracted. You know, like in a general reading, it's like, hey, don't get distracted. Focus on work. You know, like, cool. Some of y'all are doing that. And it feels like for some of my Libras that are single, that are doing that, it's like you're trying to it feels like you have been trying to get clarity. You've been trying to make sense of something. You've been trying to kind of like, you know, like, take a break, and it's like you've been trying to meditate on something, you've been trying to analyze something, you've been trying to come to some conclusions, and it feels like you're slowly beginning to get clarity, and kind of move out of this like not stagnant space, but just move out of this kind of like healing space a little bit. You like have clarity, and it's like you don't want to distract yourself, or you don't want to focus on something that maybe you feel like nothing's gonna happen, or it's a situation that is impossible. I don't even know about impossible, but you get what I'm saying? Like it feels like you're actively trying to ignore something. You're actively trying to detach from your feelings associated with something, but it feels like you do have some type of clarity around it. It almost feels like, honestly, the clarity you have is that you would like to move forward. You do want to explore something with someone, but you are for some reason ignoring this desire. You're ignoring this impulse. What's going on? Tell me a little bit more about this. Why is Libra ignoring these feelings? Oh, you don't. Libra, it feels like there's something about going after what you want that feels like it has you out of some type of integrity, or you would be lying, or you would be cheating, or you would be doing something that you feel isn't right in order to like explore these feelings. So you're trying to detach from them. You're trying to ignore them. You're trying to like embrace something else. Like, I don't know. Because this is not, again, this is supposed to be for my single reads, my single Libras, my dating Libras. So I don't know why you exactly feel like if you were to explore, this person could be in a relationship, or you don't know if this person is in a relationship, or it could sabotage a relationship that you have with something else in your life. And so you're like, I'm ignoring it. Something like that. There's something that you feel like if you were to pursue this connection, if you were to pursue these feelings, you feel like it would have you like having to be sneaky or and you don't want to be that way. You don't want to be sneaky. You don't want to be deceptive. And so you're trying to ignore it. Okay, so some of y'all Libras to whom that message applies to, you're trying to do the right thing. Let's just ask, what is the right thing here? Because your perception of the right thing may not, it's just your perception. What is the right thing? Okay. So I feel like, honestly, if I'm being honest, the right thing right now would be to not jump into it. It would be to not jump into it, or to be very not hesitant, but to be very like slow, to be very like, to not jump into it from like the super passionate place, to be very cautious, and to really meditate on it, which it feels like you've done that. It feels like you've already thought about it. And so it could be, for right now, it's something that you do pass up for right now. For some of my Libras, it's something that you do pass up right now. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like there are some other things in your life that require your attention. Because here's the thing, I don't feel like you having feelings or wanting to pursue that is bad. Like, that's not what I'm getting. It just feels like maybe there's a timing issue. It feels like there's like other things involved, and it feels like until that's clear, this is your energy. It's like this like trapped feeling, or this stuck feeling, or this like in your head energy, and that actually would prevent you from being able to be fully present should you decide to pursue it and go after it, or indulge in these feelings, or try to get something started with a person or something like that. So it feels like until you clear out your energy, until you realize some things, and it seems like you're on that path, then for right now, the advice is to pass it up, to not indulge in it, to not engage with it, and to focus on work, to focus on career, to focus on other things that are important in your life. It feels like that it could come back around. It doesn't feel like it's done. It doesn't feel like it's over. It just feels like it's not something for right now. Any other messages for my single Libras? Period. The Empress. Being in your power, growing what is around you. Can you clarify the Empress? Ooh. Can you clarify the Empress? For my Libras, single Libras, dating Libras. Really moving on and moving forward from some type of loss. Libra. Yeah, you're walking away. You have walked away, or you're walking away from. Damn. Yeah, Libra. Yeah. It feels like you are starting to heal, you're starting to grow, you're starting to expand after a really like painful loss. Or after a painful loss of either someone walking away from you or you walking away from them. It's like you're getting the pep back in your step. You're starting to grow again. That's why I feel like overall, Libra, the focus is on like you, like focusing on your career, focusing on your work, focusing on the things in your life that are really working, because it feels like you are healing, you are slowly growing, you are like, your heart is opening. You are letting the past go. You're moving on. You're moving forward. There's a new cycle that is available to you. You're moving away from a time in your life where things have kind of been a difficult season. You're moving out of a difficult season for a lot of my Libras. You're moving out of a difficult season. You are starting a new chapter. You're going to see an increase in work opportunities. You're letting some things go. You're taking care of yourself. You're working. For some of you, there is an option in love that you want to explore, but the timing doesn't feel right. It's not because that person isn't. It just feels like there's timing. It feels like you have to get some things settled in your own heart. You have to make some conclusions. You have to come to some things in your own heart that will allow you to be able to pursue this person, because it feels like something's there, Libra, with this person. It feels like something is there for my single Libras, but it's not the right timing. It's not the right timing. Your hobbies, your passion projects, the things that you love to do, the things that bring you joy and happiness. All right, that's kind of the message for my single Libras, really. Yeah, focus on work. It feels like the timing is really you. It's about you. Like, I'm not saying don't date or anything, because obviously, like, even if I were to say that, you're gonna do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I just think that right now you're in a transition, and I don't want you to resist that transition by being distracted by these other things that could be cropping up in your life right now. And they don't have to be bad. Distractions aren't necessarily bad, but just there's something with work that you need to just like tap into. And once you tap into, and once that breakthrough comes, it feels like a bunch of other stuff is going to start to like work out and pan out for my single Libras. It's like this work breakthrough also propels you in your love life too. It's like the two are connected in some way. That's for some of y'all. Okay. All right, now, so for my Libras that are in relationships, damn. For my Libras that are in relationships, my Libras that are exclusive. For my Libras that are in relationships in the month of August, specifically like exclusive relationships, it feels like communication becomes a thing. It's like really important that you are honestly communicating with your partner. You're telling them how you feel. You are keeping the lines of communication open. And then also it becomes important to find ways to spend quality time with each other in the month of August as well. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like for some of my Libras in August, like life just kind of picks up the pace a little bit. And so it just becomes really important to stay in communication with your partner and to find time to connect with them, find time to build with them, build on your relationship. That could be, you know, scheduling dates, that could be working together, that could be, you know, just setting aside time to just connect and look each other in the eyes, you know, that kind of thing. It just feels like in the month of August, like work picks up or things pick up, the energy picks up a lot. And so it's just really important to stay in communication and make time for your partner. And then I also have this Queen of Pentacles in reverse and Ace of Pentacles. Also, like, I feel like for some of my Libras that are in exclusive relationships, to not get so drawn into the relationship that you neglect certain parts of your life. I feel like that becomes really important in August for some of my Libras that are exclusive. It's like Libra as an energetic archetype is primarily concerned with the other. Libra is a very relational sign. It is about connection, and it's also about finding yourself through the other, viewing yourself through the lens of someone else, being connected to someone else. Libras thrive when they're in healthy relationships and healthy, you know, connections that are reciprocal and that are harmonious, right? But Libras can also overinvest in relationships. Libras can also like give more than they're getting in relationships. And I'm not saying that that's the case, but like it feels like also in the midst of making time for your relationship, in the midst of openly communicating with your partner, please do not drop your self-care routines. Please do not drop, you know, business meetings and appointments and, you know, things like that, like the general upkeep for your life, to not drop the ball on that, but to continue to invest in yourself and you as a separate individual within the relationship. Like, don't forget yourself. Don't forget to invest in you. Don't forget to, you know, do certain things that you would normally do if this person wasn't in your life. It's like having that balance, because like I asked to clarify the Ace of Pentacles. It was the Two of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, which is about making a decision about investing. Like, just like you can be in a relationship and still choose to invest in yourself and also invest in the relationship. So I just feel like also Libra, this month is August for you is a lot about finding balance between work and home, between your public life and your private life, between your relationship and work, or your relationships and other things. It's like finding that balance between investment and divestation so that you can maintain your priorities according to what you want out of your life and your long-term goals and visions, with Capricorn in the 10th house being your general energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like don't stop investing in yourself. Don't start investing in your endeavors. Don't stop investing in your dreams. Don't stop investing in the things that are important to you just because this relationship exists and it's present and you love it and it's taking up space and it's good. It's like really find that balance in August so that you can maintain connection to your partner, but also still get your shit done. Also still make sure that you are, because Libras can get in a relationship and just start dropping the ball in other areas of their life because they're so happy that they're in a relationship. They're so glad to have somebody else around them and with them that they can slowly begin to like deprioritize other things that are really important. And so I just feel like for my Libras that are in committed relationships or in, exclusive relationships in the month of August is to stay in communication with your partner, schedule that time together, but do not neglect yourself. Do not neglect the other important relationships in your life. Do not neglect work. Do not neglect certain routines and things that you've done. Make the decision to consciously commit to yourself and invest in yourself in the midst of your partnership that really serves you in the month of August. Yeah. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? Because I know my Libras love to be in a relationship. Okay, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Love to be relating to people. Love to be in community and connection with people. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But Libra is also the sign of balance. And so that scale can get tipped real easy when there's a relationship. And so we want to keep that energy balanced. That's what I feel like the big message is for my Libras. It's just balance between your relationships, your home life, your work life, you making sure you make time for your partner, making sure you make time to communicate with them. So you're being honest about where you are at and how you feel and what's been going on. I feel like August is also a month to have like really good check-in conversations with your partner as well. Really, like, what are your needs? How are you feeling? How has things been for you? Like that kind of thing, like a check-in with your partner, I think would be really good in August. And really just say, hey, what's working, what's not working? Kind of like being willing to have that conversation with your partner. For some of you Libras, this is a separate group. You could have been realizing that you have been neglecting yourself in the context of a relationship, and you are trying to decide if you should end this relationship or if it's not ending it, make a very important decision regarding the relationship. It's like you've realized something about your capacity when it comes to this relationship, or your ability to either give to yourself or give to them. And it's putting you in a position to make a decision about how to move forward in this connection. That could be for a small amount of my Libras. But yeah, I feel like that's really what I'm getting. And money and career, I feel like was in the general, to be honest. Like really focusing on your career. Really having patience with yourself, patience with your process, patience with your journey, patience with work. Don't give up, even if you are going through kind of like a rough patch with work. Like it's only a rough patch, it's only a season. It won't last forever. If anything, I feel like new opportunities are a knocking. I feel like new opportunities are on the way. You just have to really balance out where you're investing your energy in August. I feel like that's the message for you Libras. All right, guys, I think that is it. Let me see, is there anything else, Spirit, that you have for my Libras? Honestly, I feel like that's it, for real. That's the message I got. And remember, Libras, I will start live streaming soon. So follow, subscribe, comment, like, engage in the community. Again, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be going live. So that's going to be fun and new for me. Anyway, Libra, love you. Mwah.